We don't give folks a chance to come in. These dirty glasses. I don't think I need my glasses anyway. We gonna be talking about a few things. We ain't just gonna talk about that crazy bishop. I had a few other things. I should have put them in the title. I don't think I can go back and edit the title. I ain't learned how to do that. Is that a scratch? That's a scratch, girl. That's a whole scratch on the glasses. I'm gonna have to go to Dollar Store and get me some glasses. Because that's getting on my nerves. Hey, T. Hey, Phoenix. So, after upon doing more research, we back outside in the studio. The weather is nice. It's slightly windy, but not. You got all blue skies. Just a beautiful day. Beautiful, normal California Bay Area day. So I didn't feel like sitting in my actual studio, which is the car today. And if you see some gray hairs, ignore them because I didn't feel like putting that stuff on my hair to hide the gray hair. So if you see them trying to peek out, just ignore them because I know some of y'all be critical. She should have did something to her hair. All that damn gray hair. Some of y'all be critical. Y'all be doing too much. Just let people live. Let them live in the space that they're in. If they're fat, if they're old, if they have gray hair, let them live in that. Let me live in my truth. Underneath this wig is a whole lot of gray hair. Okay? Let me live in that. And if you see it, just ignore it. Pretend like it's not there. Pretend like this is my hair. Do that. Don't even be like, oh, she had on a wig. This my hair. This my hair. While I got it on, it's mine. So, upon doing further research, God damn, that doorbell loud. I can't get it. I'm outside. I'm not going back in the house to answer the door. Somebody in the house can get it. Upon doing further research, I have seen that the bishop is a mess. Now, if you're wondering what bishop I'm talking about, the bishop that was robbed at gunpoint Sunday on live at his church is a mess. Because I went on his TikTok. Now, you know I'm nosy. You know I'm nosy. And TikTok is the place. If it's a story developing, people on TikTok gonna help the police. So, honey, the TikTokers been posting his old TikToks, posting him driving around in his Bentley, in his Louis Vuitton suits. I mean, this man. Now you know Louis Vuitton. I don't think they may make a suit though with their emblem, but this doesn't look like it. This just looks like some material that he got with the whole Louis Vuitton emblem and had someone, make him a suit. Which it ain't hard to make a suit. If you're a tailor, you can make a suit. If they gonna pay you enough, you can make the suit out of whatever material the people bring. So, honey, he be Louis, Fendi, Gucci down to the socks. Do you hear me? He probably be having on Louis Vuitton drawers and socks and everything else. You know how these YouTubers like to embellish? I'm gonna start embellishing stories like these damn people for views and stuff. So, honey, he riding around in his Rolls Royce or Bentley or Rolls Royce, I think. Look like he got a lot of high end cars. But in all his videos, he riding around listening to rap music. You could tell he ghetto. He is hood. He one of those, like Larry Reed said, I guess he got ordained in prison. Cause you know when they go to prison, they gonna find Jesus or Allah. Jesus and Allah is in every prison. Every prisoner go to jail and find some form of religion. And normally it's Christianity or Muslim. So you can tell he hood. He is straight up hood. So the church is in the hood. People are posting because in one of his videos, he's driving around in his car and he's like giving the address to the church. So come on down or won't. He gives the address. And of course, now people are showing up at that church, taking pictures in front of and it's one of those little storefront. It ain't no big elaborate church. It's a storefront church. Let me see if I can find it. So in this video they say he riding around in a Lamborghini. I can't play it because the music he playing in there is, I think, one of like Jay-Z songs, and I don't want to get demonetized. So all of the videos that he makes, this the church. Just a little storefront church. It ain't nothing big. And if you go on TikTok, it's a whole bunch of people on there talking about it. So the church is Deliverance Temple, something Deliverance Temple, and it's right next door to the beauty hair shop, and I think they said a restaurant. So it's not like the church is in a really nice neighborhood. It's a small church. So where is this man getting his money from? How does a pastor of a very small church, very small, a storefront church, how is he riding around in a Lamborghini, and him and his wife together have a total of $1 million worth of jewelry? How does that happen? He ain't getting that kind of money from the church. And so I'm assuming whatever he went to jail for the first time, which some people are saying some type of fraud, he was doing some type of fraud or something. We would assume that he is doing that again. Because ain't no way. Not during this time. We in a recession. Church people ain't giving out money like they used to. People in the hood not tithing and stuff, not enough to have a small ministry like that, because this is a small church. That church looked about big as our 2 garages put together. So it's a small building. And it looks small from the pictures that they showed on the inside. It's nothing elaborate. It's nothing big. So what is the bishop doing? How is the bishop riding around with $1 million worth of jewelry. Now, let me say this. I still feel like what Larry Reid and that woman did on his show was wrong. But Larry Reid is messy as hell. He messy. So that's the kind of stuff that he does. And when I look, oh, okay, let's reel it back just a little bit. So Larry Reid and Tasha K did an interview yesterday. Larry Reid went on Tasha K's show and did just a kind of small, not nothing big, but kind of to talk about his side of what happened. And one thing that I do applaud Tasha K for was asking Larry Reid, how did you sit there with your head down while this man berated a woman that was on your show, calling her fat and out of her name and everything, and you didn't say anything? You didn't, as a man, you should have said, hey, we not gonna do that. We don't do that here. And instead of Larry, because he messy as hell for one thing, instead of Larry Reid, checking this man who was disrespecting this woman, he just sat there, like, while this bishop or whoever was calling this woman Biggie Smalls and calling her out her name and everything. And I applaud Tasha K for asking him, how did you just sit there and not say anything? Because he thought it was funny. He thought it was cute. A lot of black men do that. They're not going to come to the defense. Don't ever get out in a situation, black women, and think that a black man is going to come to your defense. Because 9 times out of 10, he's not. Unless you know him. That didn't sit right in my spirit. But it seems like Larry Reid has some underlying issues with this bishop that goes farther than the incident that happened. So I guess they know each other from the past. And the reason why Larry Reid said that him and the bishop don't get along is so childish for a man. Larry was like, oh, well, he was trying to get close to, my mentor, and I didn't think he was there. Like, you mad because one man is trying to be friends with another man? But it does look like the bishop dude, this just looks like some very weird situation. Because why would you go to a church service in the hood, in Brooklyn, New York, with $1 million worth of jewelry, $1 million between you and your wife? Why would you do that? You want to be robbed. And it just did look weird. Like the dude sitting off in the corner that had his Bible on his lap, he didn't flinch. He didn't move. Like, did he know they was coming? Because it was just weird. His entire reaction to the whole situation was just strange. Somebody come in with guns and you just sitting there holding your Bible like, I don't know. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure if all of this was set up, if this was some type of setup, because you know that the police are investigating, and this man is already a felon if he did prison time, like real prison time. I'm pretty sure the police is going to be over this situation. And there was someone said, and I don't know how true this is, that a week prior to this incident, the feds had been to his house. So it looks like they already watching him. But what's done in the dark will definitely come to light every single solitary time. So I may have to change my opinion about the bishop, honey, because the bishop out here look like he out here acting a fool. Look like he doing a little bit more than what Shuja Shura Amin said. Costume jewelry? Nah, look like it was real. No, you don't fake. You don't have no insurance fraud for no costume jewelry. It would have to have been real. She says studies show that lawyers and clergy are usually psychopaths. Well, I don't know about that because I'm a clergy and I'm not crazy. I know a lot of ministers that are legit ministers and they're not crazy. They really out here trying to help people. But it is other people who see the ministry as a come up. And I don't think they're crazy either. I just think that, they have that user mentality. They have that street mentality and they know that it's money in ministry. Well, it used to be. I don't think people are giving up as much money as they used to in these churches. I think prosperity pimping is a dying breed. These pimping pastors, they losing. They are losing. Unless you TD Jakes or even Creflo Dollar is coming out talking about, that prosperity ministry shit is over. Even Creflo, the top prosperity pimp, is saying that, he was wrong all these years. After you done got rich and got planes and cars and mansions and stuff, now you tired of pimping your members, and you talking about is wrong. Yeah, the lawyers, you playing a game. The lawyers ain't crazy. They out here trying to make money. And that's the same thing with these ministers. If you really not called by God, if you received your even Larry Reed said that the dude became a bishop in prison. Somebody ordained him in prison. So if you receiving all your training by other hood dudes, then that's what you are. Hell no, Creflo ain't gonna get them people their money back. They shouldn't have been stupid enough to give it to him. I wouldn't give him no money back either. Who was that at the door?
Felicia.
She didn't have her key?
When she did, she knocked over the trash can and she came back into the
She was trying to back the car up and knock the trash can over. Child, you had to go out there and help her. Pull back. Let me shut up, because when Pop asked me to back the car out, that was my biggest fear, was knocking over the trash cans in the process of pulling the Navigator out the driveway. But I didn't. I didn't hit the trash. I didn't think I would hit it. I knew I wasn't going to hit it coming back in the driveway. I thought I was going to hit the trash cans when I was backing out. But I didn't. I was like, Lord, you should have seen me praying. I was like, Lord Jesus, if you love your child, inkling, please, Lord, don't let me hit these trash.
Bags everywhere, watermelon rinds. Just
All I could see was Mama stomping down them stairs. This girl didn't hit the trash cans. I
that
would
wasn't
have,
bad. It wasn't bad though.
I would have cried. Did everything fall out?
No, it was a couple bags. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Did she put a dent in the trash can?
No, child, up trash can plastic.
Oh. That was my fear this morning, I swear to God, because Babe was asleep. And my father-in-law needed to get out the garage. And I had to move the navigator. I ain't never prayed so hard in all my life. I was like, Lord, please don't let me hit these trash cans. Embarrass myself. Running everybody. That girl can't drive. I knew that girl couldn't drive. So, Creflo, yeah, is he going to get that jet back? He going to stop flying in that private jet since now he didn't realize that prosperity pimping ain't the way. The Lord then came down and told him that prosperity pimping ain't it. It ain't the Lord telling him that. He see now that people, we in a pandemic, people ain't giving out money like that. And you out here flying private everywhere you go. You don't know what it feels like to sit on a commercial airplane, and here we are flying Spirit Airlines, feet all cramped up in the seat. Somebody's dog yesterday, these people at the airport chasing somebody's dog. He done got out of the cargo area. I don't know what airline it was, but that dog was running all on the tarmac. I mean, he was giving them a run for their money. That dog was all over the place. I'm like, now I know these people done probably paid $300 or something to put their dog in the thing up under the plane, and these people done let these people dog out. Now Creflo ain't got to worry about that. Him and his wife, and I bet you they got some old fancy dog. You can't even say the name. They fly private. They pull right up to their plane and walk on up the stairs with the church people money. Now, all of a sudden, prosperity preaching, prosperity pimping, the Lord then came to me and told me that prosperity pimping ain't the way. Pimping ain't easy as it used to be. So, I ask everybody to forgive me. Give me my money back. Give me my money back. Who did I give an offering to? What's that white woman name, babe?
Paula something?
No, not Paula. She is a.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her
I
name.
can't think of her name. I had her books and everything. I think I sold into her ministry a long time because I was following her. Joyce Myers.
Joyce Meyer. That's
Joyce Myers. I was a Joyce. You couldn't say nothing. If you said something about Joyce Myers, you was gonna have to fight me. I was a Paula White.
Paula, yeah.
No,
Paula White.
no, Joyce Myers. I never liked Paula White. I never liked her. I always
Juanita
thought.
Bynum she was kind of like a wannabe.
Who?
Prophetess Juanita Bynum.
Juanita.
Okay, Juanita. Juanisha. It was one of them.
Ain't Juanisha your coworker?
That's why it came to mind.
Juanita, child. Joyce, I love me some Joyce Myers, honey. Loved her. Had her books and everything. But let me tell you what happened.
Uh-oh.
So
What happened was
what had happened was I had, was on her mailing list, and I had bought some of her books and everything. Then she started bothering me. Like,
What she say there?
she was like pressuring me and stuff, sending emails and carrier pigeons and flying over
She
my
flew
house.
ravens?
Yeah, she was flying ravens to my house and stuff. Send $5
You better
and
sew into this
you better
ministry?
sew into this ministry, girl. I mean, airplanes flying over the house with Lashana, you owe us some money, and I was getting all these letters and stuff, and I was like, okay, this woman's starting to do too much. She's starting to scare me. Like, I was dreaming about the woman and everything. She was teleporting to my house at night. I was like, oh no, this a demonic spirit. This is the spirit of money. This is a demon. I had to let Joyce go. I stopped watching her and everything. I was dreaming about this crazy woman and everything. This woman was attacking me and stuff, trying to take all my money. Then wait a minute. I was going through, like I was kind of going through it. This was one of these periods when, I was in between jobs and stuff, and I was getting back into the ministry myself. And I was like, is this woman taking my money? Is she, 'cause sometimes I be having these lapses of judgment myself. And honey, I went into this, I think she doing something to me. I think she taking my money because I won't sow into her ministry. She doing something to my money. She probably over here throwing roots on me and stuff. I dropped her like a hot potato. Do you hear me? I dropped her. I was like, I don't ever want to see her again. I don't want to look at her ministry. I don't want to read none of her books. I don't want to do anything because I felt like she had a stronghold on me. Like I was, at one point, I felt like I was obsessed with her. I was watching her every day. Every day. I went Joyce Myers crazy. I had to cut the cord because I thought Joyce. Then I was like, okay, she doing something to me. It's something wrong. This ain't right. So I let Joyce go, and I ain't looked back. I have not looked back. Oh yeah, Juanita Bottom and her husband infamously fought in a hotel parking lot. I remember that. That was like not a couple of years ago, more than a couple. He said a sanctified Ike and Tina. But all of them run together. Joel Osteen, Paula White, Joyce Myers, T.D. Jakes, John, what's his face? Who is John? That got kicked. He got kicked out the circle. Oh, you used to be a member of Joel Osteen Church?
Even
Where? Is his church in Texas? Where's Osteen at? Yeah, me either. Oh, John Gray. I didn't know he was with them.
the author John Gray.
No. Black John Gray.
Oh no.
The cheater John Gray.
Oops. What about Pretty Boy? Joseph McClendon or something like that?
I haven't heard
LA?
anything about him. Is he still preaching? Anybody watch Joseph McClendon? Light-skinned pretty boy?
Pretty Boy.
Yeah, they called John Gray baby T.D. Jakes for a long time. When? Until he started cheating?
Oops.
I didn't think that when I heard John Gray preach, he is nowhere near T.D. Jakes level. Because T.D. Jakes been hooping since he was young. T.D. Jakes could always preach. Young T.D. Jakes could preach.
Yeah, old school TJ.
Yeah.
Just like him.
T.D. Jakes then got old and, not old, but, You know, he didn't got to the point where he don't have to prove himself no more. Back in the day when he was really preaching and was out here proving himself, he was hooping. T.D. Jakes could preach. Now, none of these other people can preach. Joel Osteen can't preach. Because just because you know the Bible don't mean you can preach. I need somebody with a hoop. You got to stir up the gifts. You can't just be out here, and the Lord said, come unto me, all thee that are heavy laden and no. I need to feel it from your toes. Yeah, John Gray, he can't preach to me. But I don't think it's anybody. If you really want somebody that can preach, you got to find you one of these little small backwoods churches. One of these ministers that, don't care about what's really going on in the world. That's preaching. All these people out here now that's showing out and want to be seen, they not preaching. Yeah, I need somebody that's going to stir it up and make me jump up out my seat and run around the church and stuff. Do they still have church in Alabama though? Do they still, some of the preachers still out there be hooping? I'm pretty sure down south, some places down south still do. These churches out here boring. I ain't even gonna lie. I told y'all the last church that me and my husband went to wasn't the Body of Christ vegan. What they had back, the Body of Christ was gluten-free crackers. Remember? We went to the
Which was that Evergreen or something?
No. That church right there on the corner of Coolidge.
Oh,
the big white church.
Yeah.
Well, not white church, but church where the crowd was very mixed. But anyway,
Shiloh.
Not Shiloh. The one right there on the corner of Coolidge. When we be coming from Safeway and we turn to go to the house.
Oh, that big,
the big brown brick-looking church. Remember?
I don't know what.
Remember we went. We had communion, and the pastor made sure to let everybody know that the Body of Christ was gluten-free. You don't have to worry about your stomach being hurt partaking in communion, because the Body of Christ was gluten-free. After I heard that, I was like, oh my God, really? Don't you know that it's just supposed to be regular saltine crackers and grape juice? That ain't never killed nobody. You only taking a little, you only gonna take a little piece of cracker. This is not a meal. You take a little piece of cracker and you put that in your mouth and you drink the grape juice and you gone on about your business.
Go now, get.
Go home and eat. Phoenix said I was never a runner. Now, I wouldn't run either. I wasn't a runner. But I will scream. I will. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
See, he ain't gonna be happy till I get on him.
You can't say nothing. I was just a blubberer.
And you cry ugly.
I was an ugly crier.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that again. Don't you ever do that. That was so gross. Don't ever do that again. So y'all, yesterday, Adrian went on. She did them 2 videos. One of them, the infamous, I'm about to fall out, everybody thinks she finna die in this restaurant. And then I'm okay. I'm sitting out here waiting for my medicine. I'm gonna be okay. So in the I'm okay video, looks like she made one of her people that was supporting her, Loca Libre, she upset her. She upset the Liddy City. And I don't think that's what Adrian wants. She done made the Liddy City mad because she said that Loca called me and don't be calling. Adrian, what is wrong with you, girl? People can't be nice to you. If people be mean, if people be nice to you, she got a problem. If people be mean to her, she got a problem. I'm like, where is the middle ground? How do we deal with people like that? Because I really do try to be nice to people. I'm not the I don't like to kick a person when they're down. So I do try to be nice to people, but I don't want her to look at my video and be like, "Don't you be saying nothing about me. Who said you can talk about?" Girl, I can talk about whoever I want to talk about. But honey, she done made Liddy City. She done made Liddy City mad. They over there throwing hammers and flaming up the chat. I'm like, woo, Lord, my God. It's going down. It is going down. In Chicago, people would stand up, shouting, facing the wall, and someone would point at their feet and they go faster. Girl, I thought you was saying somebody would point a gun at their feet. Cause I'd be like, I go faster.
You better run.
You better shout.
Run.
Shout faster. Pow, pow, pow. Chester said, "I'll never forget one time my auntie let out a scream that almost shattered the window." I remember this one lady. Was you at Greater St. Paul when Myrtle Stevenson went through the window? Okay, so you know them.
You done just gave up her whole government name.
Okay, well, she deceased. These people don't know her. You know those two.
Whole government name.
You know those windows next to the door when you come into the church. There used to be two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I remember that.
so
You gotta get some air to get through those windows.
no, they didn't used to be double paned. They fixed them after
No, but I
she
mean,
went through them.
Weren't they high up? that you
No,
had to-
no, babe, they were from the floor up.
Oh.
Next to the door. You know how two windows be next to the door from the floor up, just like the door, but just smaller pane than the actual door. So she was shouting out in the vestibule, I think that's called, that little area before you actually come into church. So she had shouted out the church into that area. So people thought that they had her contained in that area. And somebody was trying to keep her from falling down the stairs, because you know the stairs is right there. And I guess they were trying to keep her from going down the stairs, and she shouted, went backwards, and fell out the window.
Wow.
Fell out the window. I bet you the Holy Ghost jumped off her then. When she fell out that window, I bet you the Holy Ghost was like, "Oop, time for me to go," and left her. And she went out that window, and you know how you hear you in the church, like church still going on, and you hear a crash, and it seemed like the whole church gasped at one time. Everybody was like, and she was okay though. She got up.
She alright.
She alright. She got up. They dusted her off. They didn't even call an ambulance or nothing.
She alright.
She was okay. Gizmo, where you at? Okay. So, Phoenix, don't be saying her name like that. Yeah, it was her though. She did that. But she was a serial shouter. She was one of the people that you knew was going to shout. There was, a few people at the church that gonna shout, gonna
Look
like
her way.
shout,
Watch,
shout,
watch, watch.
watch. And we were ushers. Me and my husband was on the usher board, so we ushered on the day that the kids would usher. And you just knew certain people was gonna shout. He gonna try to pretend like he wasn't a usher and he
I was
didn't
not an usher.
sing in the choir with his non-singing self.
Shoot, I was blowing it up in the choir.
You wasn't blowing up nothing. You couldn't even sing.
I was almost did a solo.
You did no solo. You are such a liar.
No, I did a solo.
You weren't gonna do no solo. He couldn't sing. We had so much fun though at that church growing up. That was the highlight of my life. I wouldn't trade my church experience in for nothing. Cause we had me and some of my church friends are still friends. Like people that we grew up in the church with, we all still friends on Facebook. Cause we were super close back in the day. Church was our thing. Yeah, we had them white gloves. And my gloves had to be super white. Like, I got on my mama's last nerve with them gloves. Bleaching them gloves. I would bleach the heck out of them gloves before Sunday to make sure that my gloves was white. And I would be ironing my gloves and stuff. My mother was like, girl, you are really doing too much to just be a little junior usher. Y'all, I used a turmeric scrub last night on my hands. My hands all dry, I need some lotion. But I used a turmeric scrub and it like messed up my nails. I think this one is broke. I don't know if the turmeric got up under there because it like stained my nails. So now I'm going to have to take these suckers off. Just the ones that I think got stained. Thank goodness I got some more. I think this one broke. So I think the only thing that's going to be going on YouTube right now is people talking about Adrian and her shenanigans yesterday. And our best friend Connection put out a 1-hour video. This a whole documentary about Adrian and I guess the rest of the family. So it looks like Connection is mad at this, just all of them. Because honey, she was eating her breakfast and that fork was clanking against that plate. And one thing I cannot stand is to watch somebody eat and they fork hit their teeth.
Yeah.
I hate that. That is one of the most, like, if you're eating and your utensil is clanking up against your teeth, you got to really be aggressive. Now I can see it happening maybe once, but if that's happening more than once, you got to really be mad. You got to really be because she one of them people that when she eat, the fork scrapes the plate like it be just.
Damn.
And then she was putting the food in her mouth as aggressive to the point where the fork was clanking up against her teeth and I was like, God, oh, she big, man. Because if you hitting your own self in the mouth with the fork, if I accidentally hit myself in the mouth with the, I'm a very dainty eater anyway. I eat really daintily. For one thing, my esophagus will not allow me to just put a whole bunch of food down there at one time. So I eat real dainty. Plus I have IBS and I have to be careful like how much food goes down there. The food to liquid ratio has to be correct. The liquid to carbonation ratio has to be correct. All of these things. The sugar to liquid ratio I have to dilute certain. If it's too sweet, it's gonna make me sick. If it's too carbonated, I'm gonna be burping. So I have to be, real careful how I eat. I can't just slam food down my throat. I can't just take the fork and clank, clank. But honey, this whole video, she's eating, hitting her teeth with the fork, the scraping of the plate with the fork, the clanking of the spoon as she's stirring her coffee. All of this was just irritating my whole soul. I couldn't watch that video. An hour of watching someone hit their teeth with a fork? No. I couldn't do it. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do a reaction on her video or not. And I found a new channel that I like. I like watching people who are in my age group on YouTube because they have I don't want to say better perspective, but they at least come with a more mature perspective. Let me see if I can find what her name is. Cause I was just watching her videos last night. What's her lady name? Oh, her name is Cheryl Grabowski. And she does reviews of the people in this sector also. So I just started watching her. I just subscribed to her. She has she has a more mature perspective that is similar to mine. So if y'all want to go and check her out and subscribe to her channel, she has 400 and something subscribers. Let's, go over there and tell her that Almost Shun sent you and subscribe to her channel. Let's get her to like 500. The 5 people that's over here watching me. I'm going to put her channel on my community wall too. I like watching people who's, I watch a lot of other people too. But I really enjoy watching people who have a more mature opinion about, stuff going on in this sector and leave it at that. Not gonna go digging into these people past and all this kind. Because I'm not doing all of that. If I talk about somebody in this sector, I'm just talking about their video. I don't care what they did 2 years ago. I don't even really care what they did last month. Because I'm current. I'm in July. I'm not in January. I don't live in the past. And I think that's part of the problem with some of these people who do these review or reaction videos, they live in the past and they pile up stuff. Well, last year, well, 2 years ago, she said, won't, won't, won't. Now she's saying, won't, won't, won't. Who cares? Because 2 years ago, I said, won't, won't, won't. Now I'm on something new. 2 years ago or last year, I probably was talking shit about people that do reaction and review videos. Now I'm doing them. So we change, people change, we do different things. He locked the door. I bet you he did that on purpose.
Yes.
Did you lock the door?
Um. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Unlock it. Yeah. Lock me out the house. And he'll be to lock the door and then got in the shower and I can't get back in the house. I don't have my key. Oh, I guess I could go around to the front of the house and ring the doorbell. But who wants to do that? See me sitting out here, you gonna go back in the house and lock the door. Anybody want a husband? God damn it. If you don't open that door. And then Gizmo went in with him. Like, I don't care if she's stuck out there. Okay. No, girl. I was going to be by myself. Gizmo went in the house. And this the type of dog Gizmo is. I will knock on the door. And Gizmo will come to the door and look at me and see it's me. And go back. Go back in the other room. He'd just be like, oh, you outside? All right, I'll see you later. I would have been by myself. Gizmo gone. Gizmo went in the house with him. I'd have been out here locked out. You talking about somebody that would have been mad. Because I would have had to leave my stuff out here, go around to the front of the house, ring the doorbell, wait for somebody to come open the door, come back out here, get my stuff. I would have went in that bathroom and opened the shower and threw a bucket of ice on him. And, oh, yeah, I locked it. So, I think that's all that's going on, y'all. Somebody asked me, do I watch Lovely T? Who did he ask me did I watch? Oh, Lovely T. I haven't watched her in a while. One thing about me, I got a lot of nerve, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If I watch you and you talk too much, if you use too many words, I get irritated. And it just seems like Lovely T talks too much. She just be talking. God damn, shut the fuck up. She does a good job though. But she just talks a lot. I don't know. It's like she uses too many words to convey her point. Like her sentences should be smaller. Yeah, she do keep people entertained though. Maybe it's just too much. It's too much for me. I like her though. I used to watch her a lot. I just kind of slacked up because she talked so much. She used too many words. The less amount of words for me, the better. Like this one lady that someone had told me about something raw something. I know I ain't gonna be able to find her videos, but she does like spiritual videos. I think she said she's a priest of Oshun. I'm not sure. Or yeah, somebody, cause she wears her alekes and stuff sometimes in the videos. She talked too much too. She just used too many words. The fewer the words, the better for me. Yeah, sometimes it's just too that. Now this one particular lady, you can tell she's like, she's spiritual. She's into crystals, orisha, voodoo, hoodoo, tarot, astrology, numerology. Like she do it all. And she you can tell it's too much for me. Sometimes I have to take stuff in small doses. If you give me too much, I get overloaded, and then I tap out. Once I get overloaded, I tap out. Even with spiritual videos, if you give me too much in the video, I can't take it. I just give me a little bit. When I'm watching you, I don't need you to talk about everything that you do. Talk about one thing. Who has predicted a lot of things and haven't tapped into their gifts? Who, Chester? Lovely T? I love smaller because that's the janky thing. A lot of the smaller YouTubers get overlooked and they really have good content. Oh, okay. They really have good content, but they get overlooked. People overlook you because you don't have a whole lot of views. And that's the crazy thing. People want to attach themselves to people who have big channels and a whole lot of views. And it's really a lot of these people with small channels and not a whole lot of views that have really good content. That's why I watch a lot of people with smaller channels. They just don't get pushed out into the algorithm. But I like them. I'm not following people just because they big. Or just because they have, really big channels. But I haven't watched her in a while. Maybe I'll go back and watch her. I can't watch hours and hours of any content. I don't see how people sit up and watch Tasty Talks for 4 and 5 hours. I don't see how people do it. Like, I didn't fell asleep on Tasty Talk and woke up and they still on there talking. And she's not talking about anything. I could see if her content was, worthy of sit. No, I still couldn't do it. 4 hours? 5 hours? I gotta go eat. I have to use the bathroom. I gotta get something else to drink because my water got room temperature because we sitting outside. 4 hours? I can't sit up and listen to anybody talk for 4 fucking hours. And especially if you're not talking about anything, no. That's a work day. That's almost a whole shift at work. 4 hours. I can't do it. Do you watch Life with Us TV? I love Stanley and Lynette. I was watching them until, are they just doing cruise videos now? I do watch them, but I'm not into cruises and stuff. I haven't watched them in a while, but I'm subscribed to them definitely. But are they just doing cruise videos now? You know who I really like? Meech and Monica. These my people right now. I'm about to tell you who I really like. Meech and Monica. They just a regular family. Husband, wife, dog, 2 sons, and a daughter. They live in Mobile, Alabama. Mobile, Alabama. They got a nice little house. Monica is a stay-at-home wife. Meech works outside the home. Good people. Peggy and Don, they are RV travelers. Meech and Monica. Meech and Monica. And I think they have more than one channel. Because I think I think Monica has a cooking channel. They live in Mobile, Alabama. So check them out. Peggy and Don, they are RV couple. He is retired Army. I think he retired not too long ago. 26 years, 25 years, something like that. And they live in an RV. And they are really traveling. They're not doing what Tasty Talks is doing. They're really traveling. They're going to different military bases in their RV, like showing you what it's like, what each the amenities that each military base has. You know, they show you what it's like to actually live in an RV, what it's like to cook, you know, everything, the air conditioning. I mean, like, they have really made me want to, like, maybe rent in an RV for the weekend and go and stay at a state park. They show you how to hook up the water and all that kind of stuff. So I watch them. Who else do I watch? I don't know, child. A few other, but that's about it. Other than the people that are, like Adrian, Loca, Tasty. Who else? Them the only people I watch. Oh, what's that girl name? Kelly Stamps. I watch her. And a few other younger YouTubers. It's this one girl, Tay Pancakes. She do something funny. She always like hit her butt. I think that's so funny. She got this little thing that she'll play every now and then where she hit her butt. I watch her. I like watching, and then I have wig people that I watch who review wigs and stuff because I am still into my wigs. I'm gonna start doing some wig reviews on that other channel, and all Gizmo's videos are gonna start going on the other channel also. So this channel is just gonna be reaction. The lives and stuff will stay on here because this is, I think, the only channel I can go live on. I don't think I can go live on the other channel yet because it doesn't have 1,000 subscribers or what the watch time hours or whatever. I don't know, child. But the lives will stay here. The reactions will stay here. The spiritual stuff will stay here. But I think the Gizmo stuff, and if my husband finally decides to do the podcast, we gonna put that on the other channel. I like Kelly Stamp. She's funny. She quirky. I love quirky people like that because I'm quirky. That's how I started watching. I found Kelly Stamps after Emma Chamberlain. I don't know how I found Emma Chamberlain, and I started watching her because she was from the Bay Area. And then somebody kind of said that Kelly Stamps was the black Emma Chamberlain. And I was like, what? Let me find her, because somebody was talking about Kelly. And she was kind of like, she's the black Emma Chamberlain. And I started watching Kelly Stamps. Kelly kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of falling off with her because all of this moving and her not really having a stable, not being stable is just kind of irritating to me because I don't like to move. I will just, stay in a place and call it home. And I know she's young and, she can't figure out if she want to be in California or Texas or New York or, But I guess when you're young, that it's the time when you should get all of that moving and stuff. But to me, that just shows that, you're not stable. You're searching. Her content is just all over the place. It's disjointed and it's starting to kind of get on my nerves, but I'm still watching. You been watching Micro Locks? I'm not watching no lock people. I do the natural hair. I will watch like natural hair videos to see products and stuff that people are using, but I'm not watching no lock videos because I don't want to fall into that again. Yeah, I'm supposed to be working out too, but I ain't going nowhere. Aaliyah Face. She's very prissy and bougie. I don't know. Because see, bougie, I'm funny with that. It depends on how bougie. Let me see. Have I ever watched her? I don't think so. Okay, let me watch one of her videos so it'll come up in my thing. I don't think I've seen her. Okay, I'll check her out. Because I do want to find some more people, some more vlog people to watch. Josie and Kimberly. Damn, that's a long ad. Okay. So that'll be in my history. Let me see who you said. Joulzy. Is this her? Is that her? Phoenix? Nina Unrated trying to get pregnant? She got a video now that says my first attempt at getting pregnant. Nina trying to have a baby? Oh, okay. Okay, let me play one of her videos so it'll be in my history. Nina Unrated. Ain't Nina like in her 40s? I mean, you can get pregnant at 40, but yeah, I like people that talk about social issues, but I don't like for them to get. See, that's my thing. I don't like for them to get too heavy, though. I don't like when people talk about social issues and, it's real heavy and they trying to be like super smart and doing too much. Like, YouTube is for entertainment for me. Unless I'm really looking to research a subject that I'm trying to talk about or something, I'm really just looking for people that can, provide entertainment. Because sometimes I just have it on in the background and I'm doing something else. Like I'm making jewelry or something. And I just like I like it to be going on in the background. Can I get this nail off? Because that turmeric scrub, oh yeah, it came off. That turmeric scrub must have got up under, see it? See right there? So the nail must not have been glued down good. And the turmeric scrub got up under the nail. Mess my damn nail up. These little cheap plastomatic ass nails. I got these nails from Sally's. I don't know what brand they are, but they super cheap. Like real. And they didn't look like this in the package, but I should have known they were only like $9. Kiss nails, to me, Kiss has, did I just put this nail on? No, I couldn't have, because this one don't want to come off. Oh, it's coming on. Kiss has really good nails, really good press on. Ooh, damn, that one popped off. I'm pretty sure that one ain't coming off because I just put it back on. I know y'all like, she is really just going to sit here and pop these nails off? Yes. That was easy. Oh, you watch her too, Chester? Can I get this nail off? It burns. Boy, this must be some cheap glue. I'm glad I'm getting them off. Because I would hate to have been out in public somewhere And these nails just popped off like that. Oh, I would be mad if I'm like out eating somewhere and look at that. Now I got to get the buffer thing and get the glue off. I think I used to watch the Mademoiselle. I think I used to watch her. I got to get the buffer. I feel like an ant was crawling on my big toe. What time is it, y'all? Oh, it was only 1:20. My husband probably went in there and took a nap. Alright, I'm finna go get this stuff off clean my nails up and try to get this stuff off, this glue and stuff off my nails, and get this residue of that scrub off. That turmeric like dyes that yellow from that turmeric stains. It never did that before. I must have used too much. Now I gotta bring all these dusty fingernails back in the house and throw them away. Because if I leave them out here, my husband gonna have a heart attack. Be like, you left all them fingernails out there? Look at that. That's the turmeric. I guess the nail. Alright, y'all, I'm gone. Thank you guys for coming. And I'm going to keep watching what this bishop is doing. And if what he did was fraud, we're going to be seeing him going back to jail. He's going to go to jail. If what he did was fraud, he going to jail. Hey, Ian Butter. Now, me and you need to talk. Because I think we kind of got off on the wrong foot the other day. I think we misunderstood each other. I think you went in a direction that I wasn't going in over a comment. I think maybe I misunderstood you or you misunderstood me because I thought you were agreeing with me. I don't know what happened, child. But I have never told people that I don't want them to have an opinion on my channel. I love when people have an opinion that is different from mine because it maybe helps me to see things from other people's perspective. I love that. I'm never going to tell people that you can't come here and have an opinion. I like when you have an opinion that is different from mine because maybe you saw something that I didn't see. Like in this particular situation, there is a lot of underlying stuff that I didn't see until I went to dig deeper. So I don't ever want you to think that you can't have an opinion over here. You can always have an opinion, but but just because I, may see things a little different from you, don't get upset, girl. I thought we was cool. You sent me an email? Oh, I didn't get it. You sent it today? Did you send it recently? Because I check my emails Did I check my emails today? Yeah, I checked my emails today. I didn't see anything, but I'll look and see. But don't ever feel like you can't comment. Everyone comments here. People always comment. And we may have a difference of opinion, but we all cool. You can say whatever you want as long as you ain't calling me fat or a bitch or something like that. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Because the people that we talking about, we don't know these damn people. So the comment section is open unless I close it. Now there have been times when, oh yeah, last week, yeah, I sent it back. Yeah, I went to school with her. Oh, okay. Yeah, I emailed you back. I know her. We graduated together. So yeah, we we grew up in West Oakland. We graduated from the same high school. We graduated the same year. She's in my graduating class. Yuppers. So, yeah, girl, we cool. We people. We folks. I'm not about to get mad over nothing that somebody say unless you being disrespectful. But other than that, shoot your shot. Your opinion is your opinion. And I love for people to have opinions. Because y'all was right. Y'all was right about the pastor. I still don't like the way Larry Reed did what he did. I felt like it could have been done a little bit differently, but y'all was right. I was wrong. And I don't have a problem saying that. And if I'm real wrong, look like this bishop may be on his way back to jail. I still don't like Larry Reed, though. I don't. And I'm not going to lie and say that I do. I don't like him. So some of that is the fact that I don't like Larry Reed. So that's that. Yeah. I want y'all to keep it real. I want y'all to keep it 100. We a family over here. We folks. Most of the people that mess with me been messing with me for a while. If they know, if it's something, just come to me and say, hey, Omoshun, why did you say won't? And I'm going to tell you why I said it. Even if I have to say, hey, here's my business number. Call me so we can get an understanding. I would rather you do that than, oh, that bitch, won't, I can't stand her, won't. Instead of coming to me trying to understand why I said what I said. Yeah, I don't like Larry Reed. I ain't gonna lie. So, you know how you don't like somebody and the slightest thing they do irk you is their fault? That's how I feel about him, even though now it looks like the bishop he a dirtbag too. So, they both dirtbags. This is off topic, but you think Larry is gay? Yes, I do. But I don't want to speak on that because he did say that something happened to him when he was a child. So, and I know that those things do happen to boys and cause them to be certain ways sometimes. And he said that something happened to him when he was young. So, I do, but live in your truth. Just because it happened to you when you were young doesn't mean that you may not still enjoy that as a consenting adult. Because his mannerisms speak differently. And I believe because he, grew up, his father, I think his dad is a minister. He grew up in this, really churchy family. He had an expectation to live up to. But this 2022, you could be anything you want to be. I can, say I identify as a unicorn, and you have to call me Unicorn Omo Oshun. Because if you don't, you disrespect who I am as a person. Live in your truth. That's my only thing. Because I don't care who he is. Yeah. But hey KK, like I have said 1,000 times, when you in a fight, you can't tell a person what hit you. You can't say certain things is below the belt. And when you fighting somebody from the hood, they gonna hit you at every angle. Your mama, that's why your mama only got one leg. They gonna throw the kitchen sink at you. And that was, that was a target. Oh, he has a documentary? Maybe I should watch it. Maybe it'll help me understand him, because he get on my nerves. Is his documentary on his... I don't know if I could do that. Oh, Lord. Is his documentary on his channel? I don't know if I could do that. He do. He talk more shit about people than the law allow. But then get mad when somebody... Now, hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me say this too. So, connection rejection loves to talk about everybody. So this whole bullying thing is coming up a lot on YouTube in this sector, about the channels, the reaction channels bullying the mukbangers. So this is the whole thing. So the part of Connection's video that I did watch today, she is upset because of this whole, people bringing up the bullying thing and saying that people, the reactors should not be bullying the mukbangers. And she's mad because, this whole bullying concept is being brought up. Now, when I got on Connection's ass, that was the first thing she said about me. You're harassing me. You're making videos about me is harassing me. But you can talk about everybody in this sector. I had to get that off my chest because that shit was bothering the hell out of me. Like, you can talk about every single B-Love's mama, daddy, grandma, stepmom, cat, dog, stepcat, stepdog, sister, brother, niece, nephew, cousin. Did I leave out any great grandparent? You can talk about all of them people. But when somebody turn around and talk about you, then it's harassment. Y'all people kill me. You kills me. Okay? You kill me. Misfit to mystic. The story of Lord. Let me look it up. My iPhone won't recognize me for some reason. I'm gonna have to go figure out why it won't. What is it? Misfit to mystic. Oh, okay. God, dog, it's an hour long? Let me put it in my history thing so I can watch it. Okay, I'm gonna watch it and see. He definitely thinks he's bigger than what he is because he told that preacher, he told the bishop, if it wasn't for me, CNN wouldn't have even picked up your story because I got connections with CNN. I was like, all right then. Well, it ain't nothing wrong with his confidence. That's for damn sure. He definitely got confidence. Yeah, people know him here in the this sector because he messy. He has all the Christian mess. The Christian messy people, he into all the Christian mess. And I didn't even realize it was that much mess in the Christian sector. These Christians is messy as hell. These pastors and apostles and elders and all these folks, they messy, and he right in it. He in all the Christian mess. That's his niche. His niche is the Christian mess. What happened to William McRae? Do he still do videos? Y'all remember him? He still do videos? I ain't heard him in a minute. Oh, he's still doing videos. Somebody call him Sweet Granny McRae. Because see, all of these people are all in that church beef niche. They all in that. Oh yeah, and but Armand Wiggins is not in the church beef sector. He just kind of does commentary on people, period. But these other people like William McRae and Larry Reed, they all in the church beef folks. Andrew was sickening people talking about him like that. Now, look like Andrew then got him a legit job. Andrew may have to stop preaching because he would get on live on Facebook Live with his prayer shawl. He would get on Facebook Live, honey, with that prayer shawl, and he would be I don't know what he would be doing, child, but that kept him relevant. And look like he don't have to do that no more because he's actually on some radio station picked him up. So he's actually working, and it looks like he really wants, to stay working. It don't look like he's been doing anything crazy. I think he has a legit manager now who is probably telling him, keep your mouth shut. You can't be on Facebook doing all that crazy stuff that you were doing if you really want to keep a job. I want to see Andrew, crazy as he is, I want to see him, move into a house. We ain't going to be able to do nothing with Andrew if Andrew gets out of that apartment and actually moves into a house. We're not going to be able to contain his ego. But I want to see him win. I'm gonna go because my mouth getting dry. My 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 lips is starting to stick to my teeth. Do you know that Tasty Talks got on here yesterday and said this was a flex for her? That she ain't been to the dentist in 20 years. She was talking about somebody else that didn't have any teeth. I got all my teeth. And I ain't been to the dentist in over 20 years. Now, I may not have a mouth full of teeth, but I go to the dentist and get my cleanings. I go get my checkup. I go to the dentist every 6 months. I may not have a whole bunch of teeth, but the teeth that I do have, the dentist sees them. I don't see how it's a flex to say that you haven't been to the dentist in 20 years. You haven't had your teeth cleaned. The dentist hasn't checked your mouth for any diseases or anything. That's not a flex for me. Not taking care of your body, not going to the doctor, that's not a flex. Especially when you have a goiter the size of a F-150 growing out of your neck. That's not a flex. To say that you don't go to the doctor. Black people, stop doing that. It's nothing flexing in saying that you're not taking care of your body. When she said that, I was like, oh my God. My God. Jesus, take the wheel. I ain't been to the dentist in 20 years. I don't go to the doctor. You look like it. You have a whole RV growing out of the side of your neck. And it looks, Tasty has been on this carnivore diet where she's not eating anything but meat. And it does look like she's losing weight. And it looks like she's losing weight and the goiter is getting larger. That goiter is so big, it hurts me. And I had one. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see the scar right there where, I don't know if you can see it, but that little part right there is where, just this little part right here is where they removed my thyroid. But mine wasn't nowhere near as big as Tasty's. Ain't no way in hell my doctor was going to allow it to get that large. That thing is huge. And the sad part about it is a goiter grows this way and that way. It grows, the tumor grows out and it grows in also, pushing on your vocal cords, your esophagus. If it's this much out here, can you imagine the part that is growing on the inside, the part that you can't see? And with mine, even when they did the CT scan to look at it, they didn't realize how big it was until they got in there, until they opened my throat, until, they did the incision to go in. Part of it was on my vocal cord, scarred my vocal cord for life. I had to have a polyp removed from my vocal cord, and there is a permanent scar on my vocal cords from the goiter, from the tumor. And she has this much growing outward. And she will not go to the doctor and have that shit removed. And it is such a simple surgery. I was only in the hospital 2 days. They removed it. I was in the hospital 2 days, and I went home. The rest of the recovery was done at home. They're not. They're normally benign tumors. Normally they're non-cancerous tumors. Mine didn't have any cancer cells. They had checked it for, when it first started growing, I would have a needle biopsy done every so often to make sure that there were no cancer cells. So it got to the point where it had started to affect my swallowing. That was when they were like, okay, you're going to have to make a decision to have it removed. And I had it removed. And what they thought was they were going to be able to go in and just remove the goiter and leave my thyroid. Hopefully, that's what they were hoping for. But when they got in and realized how tangled that goiter was, not only did they have to take my thyroid, but they had to take a piece of my parathyroid, which made it much worse. Worse than what they thought it was. But they didn't know that until they got in there. So, yeah, the thyroid ain't nothing to play with. The thyroid not only balances your hormones, it balances your metabolism, it balances how you regulate temperature, everything. Because me not having a thyroid, sometimes I will overheat, or when I have to be very careful about getting cold. Because if I get cold, it's hard for my body to warm itself back up. For some reason, when I get cold, I'll just get colder. It's hard for my body to start back to generating heat, because the doctor said what it is your thyroid regulates your thyroid is part of your thermostat for your body. So when you don't have a thyroid, your body is depending on synthetic thyroid, which is the pill that you take to regulate your body. And that pill can't do everything. The pill is like, okay, well, damn, I regulated your hormones today. You shouldn't have got cold. We can't do it all. So if I get cold, I may start, just shaking, or sometimes it seems like I get so cold, I want to throw up. It's weird. The things that you don't even understand that your thyroid controls. Like, your thyroid is very important to the function of the body. And if you have a big ass tumor on your thyroid, you know that your thyroid is not working properly. That tumor alone is preventing her thyroid from functioning the way that it's supposed to. Is she pretty? Is it the pretty girl with the pretty girl with the short kind of blonde hair? Her. She plus size, she pretty, and she got short hair. If it's her, yes, I claim that. Yes. That's her. That's her. I like her. I watch her. I don't watch her often, but every now and then when I get into my, like, oh, I ain't ordered nothing from Shein in a while, I go and look for Shein hauls to see, like, what's popping at Shein right now. I watch her. I like her. Okay. I'm out here cute. I gotta do something with these nails because they feel horrible now that I popped them things off. Okay, I'm gonna go, y'all. We just out here talking. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is my filming day. So tomorrow will probably be regular videos, not a live. We're gonna try to do this live thing every other day, I think. I don't know, y'all. We're gonna figure out a schedule. And I'm gonna try to stick with it. Y'all know I'm lying, right? I ain't gonna figure out no damn schedule. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love you, okay? Bye!